Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, guys, I have to tell you the NFL landscape is shifting rapidly, and for the Washington Commanders, this latest development could be a game changer. Rumors are swirling around the league, whispers coming from sources close to the NFL that Washington is about to make a move that could elevate their entire offense and even alter the balance of power in the NFC East. And what is this move? Well, it involves a blockbuster trade, acquiring Calvin Ridley from the Tennessee Titans, and in exchange, giving up a second-round pick in the 2026 draft, along with sending Jahan Dotson, the promising young receiver. This kind of trade, if it comes to fruition, is not just a splash move. It could be a signal that Washington is serious about contending now, not just in the short term, but for the foreseeable future. Let's break down what this means, starting with Ridley. Drafted in 2018 out of Alabama, Calvin Ridley has exploded onto the NFL scene, especially in 2024, when he truly established himself as one of the premier wide receivers in the league. He's a player with a rare combination of route running, YAC ability, and a knack for making contested catches. Last season, he posted over 10 yards, which placed him among the top 15 wide receivers in the league with 8 touchdowns and an average of 4 yards per reception. His metrics are impressive, an EPA per target of plus 0.18, which ranks among the elite, and a PFF grade of 84. 2, placing him in the top 15 at his position. Not only that, but Ridley is a deep threat, with a deep completion percentage of 46%, and he boasts a contested catch rate of 50%, meaning he can go up and get the ball when it matters most. And perhaps most notably, he has 0 drops against man coverage, which speaks volumes about his hands and concentration. Now, it's important to note that Ridley has dealt with some injury issues, particularly a hamstring injury in 2025 that limited him early in the season. Still, when healthy, he's been a consistent and explosive threat. In Week 3 against the Colts, he caught 7 passes for 98 yards and a touchdown, adding a plus 0.20 EPA per play. His career stats are already impressive, nearly 900 yards and 36 touchdowns, showing a route win rate of 61%. His injury history includes some chronic hamstring issues, which caused him to miss a couple of games, but his overall talent and production are undeniable. Comparing him to players like Julio Jones at his peak, Ridley has the potential to be a top 8 slot receiver in efficiency, especially when considering his YAC, which averages 5.9 yards per catch, ranking in the top 10 league-wide. So why are the Titans willing to part with him? Well, the Titans are in a bit of a tough spot. Their record stands at 1-5, and after the struggles of rookie quarterback Will Levis, the team appears to be tanking, with odds of over 12-0 to win the AFC South. Their defense, which is currently ranked 28th in points allowed at 29 per game, needs a lot of help, and their offense is not exactly lighting up the scoreboard either. They rank 29th in yards per game, averaging just 310, and that exposes the young Levis to more sacks. He's already been sacked 22 times in 2025. The move to send Ridley away might be a step toward rebuilding around their young quarterback, but it also means they're willing to sacrifice some immediate offensive explosiveness for future picks and prospects. Now, turning our attention back to Washington. If this trade goes through, it will have a massive impact on their offense. With Ridley added to the mix, the Commanders' passing game is projected to jump significantly. Right now, their passing yards per game sit around 215, ranking 22nd in the league. But with Ridley in the fold, that number could easily rise to around 255 yards per game, a massive boost. His presence alone would elevate the offense's EPA per pass attempt by around 17%, making it much more dangerous for defenses. And this isn't just about yards, it's about efficiency, explosiveness, and scoring ability. The red zone efficiency could also improve dramatically, going from 55% to around 75%, especially against tough fronts like the Eagles, who tend to limit opponents' scoring opportunities. Let's talk about the synergy with the other key players. Jahan Dotson, who's been showing flashes of brilliance, especially early this season, would benefit immensely from having a true #1 receiver like Ridley drawing coverage away. Dotson's speed and route running can create mismatches, and Ridley's presence on the field opens up more space for him and Terry McLaurin, who's been limited recently with a quadriceps injury. McLaurin has been battling through injury, missing the Week 16 game, and Noah Brown, dealing with a groin injury, is on injured reserve. Deebo Samuel, another weapon, has also been dealing with a heel injury, limiting his impact. Meanwhile, the pass rush is facing some gaps. Dorrance Armstrong has been out with a hamstring injury, and Drake Jackson is on IR with a knee injury. All of this makes the addition of Ridley even more critical for Washington to capitalize on their offensive potential and take control of their division. Now, imagine the impact this could have in the long run, especially considering the divisional race. The NFC East has been fiercely competitive, with the Cowboys and Eagles presenting stiff challenges. But with Ridley, Daniels, and the current weapons, the Commanders could elevate their offense to a top-tier level. Daniels, the quarterback, has been quietly improving. His numbers this season, around 300 passing yards and 8 touchdowns, show he's capable of leading an efficient, explosive attack. With Ridley's deep threat ability and his route win rate of 61%, Daniels could see his QBR improve by double digits, boosting his chances of being a true MVP candidate. And the playoff implications are enormous. Currently, the Commanders' Super Bowl odds are around plus 6,000, which is pretty long, but with Ridley in the lineup, those odds could drop to around plus 2,500. That's a huge jump, making Washington a real contender in the NFC. The division favorites like the Eagles and Cowboys are still favored, but the added firepower from Ridley, combined with the offensive adjustments, could push Washington into that upper echelon of NFC teams. In fact, the projections show that with Ridley, the Commanders' win probability in key matchups could increase by 15%, especially in rematches against teams like the Cowboys or even in crucial playoff games. The NFL is all about timing, and moves like these are often what separate the contenders from the pretenders. The fact that Washington is making these aggressive moves signals that they're not interested in just competing. They want to dominate. The vision here is clear: building around a young, dynamic quarterback, a versatile and explosive receiver like Ridley, and a solid core that can take advantage of this new offensive firepower. It's reminiscent of the best offenses in recent NFL history, where the synergy between quarterback and receiver elevates the entire team. Looking at the bigger picture, the Titans' willingness to trade Ridley is a sign that they are fully embracing a rebuild, possibly tanking to secure higher draft picks, especially with the odds stacked against them in their division. Meanwhile, Washington, by acquiring Ridley, is positioning itself as a serious contender, ready to challenge the NFC giants and make a deep playoff run. The potential is enormous, and fans should be excited about the possibilities. Imagine a red-hot Ridley stretching defenses, pulling safeties away, and creating space for Dotson and McLaurin, all orchestrated by a smart, evolving offense under the guidance of head coach Ron Rivera. To wrap things up, this move, if it happens, will be remembered as one of the most strategic and impactful trades of the season. It signals a shift in power, a bold statement from the Commanders that they're in it to win it now. The addition of Ridley could transform their passing game, boost their chances in the playoffs, and maybe, just maybe, set the stage for a Super Bowl run. The NFC East is about to get even more exciting, and Washington fans should be thrilled with what this could mean for their team's future. The league is watching, the division is watching, and the Commanders are about to make some serious noise. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Ridley is the missing piece that can push Washington to the top of the NFC? Are you excited about the prospect of seeing him in burgundy and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and the latest news from the NFL and Washington Commanders. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this conversation going. The best is yet to come, and Washington is gearing up for one of the most exciting chapters in their franchise history.